Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to take a little bit of a look at a very, very exciting development, and that is that we might be seeing the resurgence of some Sun and Moon booster boxes, which I did not see coming. Shout out to lovely Matthew Arrive Immunity over on Twitter for alerting me to this. And this is one of those where straight off the bat, I'm going to tell you all, be careful with this one, alright? Here's the deal. I am always digging around for this stuff. I'm always keeping my ears open. I'm always keeping my eyes open. And I have seen listings over on a distributor website for free Sun and Moon expansions that you can go and order from said distributor website. That is news to me and absolutely worthy of being reported, and that's why I'm coming and telling you lovely ladies and gentlemen. However, and I do think this is incredibly important, we need to be a little bit careful. This is not a guarantee that this stuff is definitely going to be coming back into stock. It is not a guarantee that this is going to be everywhere and it's going to be sold at retail. The fact of the matter is, if it's a pretty small restock, or reprint, call it what you will, there is every possibility that some stores order it, get a few boxes in, and charge well above retail for it, and you never see the effect of this. Or it could be a very substantial restock / reprint. Again, it's most of the time it's nearly impossible to tell whether it's actually a reprint or a restock, but they have the same effect, so it doesn't really matter. And if it is substantial, you could be seeing these sets everywhere and the price could come right down. So that's my warning to you. We're going to be chatting about this. I believe it to be, well, I'm not saying I believe it to be real. I'm saying I have found a distributor website over in the US that is offering these for sale if you have an account, which unfortunately, as it stands at the moment, I don't have an account. But these free sets have just gone and been added to the distributor website literally yesterday evening. As I'm recording this, they've just gone up, they've just been added, and I don't have an account, so I can't try and order them, and I don't live in the US, but this does seem legit. What we've got is Sun and Moon Base, Forbidden Light, and Cosmic Eclipse. Now, what I should say is that literally since I looked yesterday, Forbidden Light is now showing as out of stock. It was showing as in stock, and it is now showing as out of stock, which is honestly a little bit upsetting, but that's the way it is. Cosmic Eclipse is showing as limited stock, or quantity limited, but it is still showing as in stock as I record this at the moment. And actually, it's also showing that Crimson Invasion is available, though nobody likes that. Actually, while I'm here, Unified Minds also showing up as quantity limited, although again, we need to be very careful on this one. There is no guarantee. And like I've said, it would be amazing if all of these were just in stock and everywhere and super cheap. That's unlikely, if I'm honest with you, partly because the stock does see, like I say, some sets are already showing as limited or sold out. And the fact of the matter is, not all shops actually want to stock this. Because take Sun and Moon Base. I love Sun and Moon Base. It's a really cool set. But really, when it comes down to it, does anybody actually care? Like, don't get me wrong, buying a booster box of Sun and Moon Base at this stage, if you could get one cheap enough, would be, amazing. Because let's face it, it's not exactly an easy thing to do. One sold a couple of days ago for $250. The thing is, outside of actually picking one of these up to keep in a sealed collection or to resell, does anybody really want base Sun and Moon at this stage? Like, I don't want to sound mean here, but it rotated out ages ago, and, in terms of real money cards, it's really not amazing, if we're honest. Like, go over onto TCG Player, the number one card in that set is probably Gold Ultra Ball, which is like a $35 card. Or maybe Umbreon the Rainbow Rare, which is like a $30 card. This is not exactly a set which is absolutely filled with giant amazing stuff. I think that's fair to say. Now, we're not going to talk much about Forbidden Light because, like I say, that's already showing as out of stock, so I don't think a big discussion is terribly warranted. Crimson Invasion is apparently available. The thing is, Crimson Invasion was kind of like Rebel Clash for Sun and Moon. Nobody really wants it. Like, we saw a box selling really recently, within the past couple of days, for $170. That's not much over retail. Like I showed you the other day, Rebel Clash at the moment is selling for more than that, and that's the Sword and Shield set that nobody actually wants. And as I explained yesterday, I think there's a reprint of that coming. We have reason to believe, but it is far from guaranteed. But the fact of the matter is, Crimson Invasion, that's your Sun and Moon set from a while ago at this stage. And yet, nobody really cares, because it's still selling for just a tiny bit over retail. And that shouldn't really surprise anyone. I mean, if we head on over to TCG Play and we do the same thing we just did, we look at most expensive cards, we find out there's like a Rainbow Rare Gyarados for like $30. That's it. That's like the best we've got. It's not exactly inspiring confidence, I think is fair to say. Sorry, Crimson Invasion. But the last two are the really interesting ones. Now, they're both showing as quantity limited, but they're both showing as orderable at the moment. And we've got Unified Minds. And Unified Minds is good. That was a good set full of very cool stuff. And, the last booster box that was sold over on eBay was $330. It's a later Sun and Moon set, admittedly. But it's one of those, there's a reason why people get excited about sets like this. Because it's full of good cards, and because trying to pick up a booster box for even a reasonable price, if you could pick one up, I mean, this is basically more than double retail. Double retail would be about $290-ish, and this is $330. So this is well over double retail. It's a set that everybody loves. And the fact of the matter is that this all kind of makes sense. If we go and have a look at the most expensive cards, you've got your Rainbow Rare Mewtwo and Mew, which is about a $95 card according to TCG Player. Then you've got your Full Art Misty's Favor, which is an $85 card. And then, you get to stuff like your Mega Sableye Tyranitar. It's a $50 card, and that's the third biggest in the set. So we've got a lot more cards which are actually worth decent money. And it's full of playable cards. It's the Mewtwo and Mew set. This one makes absolute perfect sense. And then we've got Cosmic Eclipse. And Cosmic Eclipse is a set that, again, everybody loves. People have basically just decided, for good reason, that Cosmic Eclipse is great. I mean, we just saw that Arceus set was, the Arceus V figure collection was released. I had one pack of Cosmic Eclipse in, and everybody was absolutely loving it. Because that set is hard to get. The last one that sold over on US eBay, sold a few days ago, sold for $495. Yeah, that is a set that people absolutely want. But again, if we head on over to TCG Play and we have a look at your individual cards, this all makes perfect sense. You've got Full Art Rosa, which is a $120 card. You've got your Rainbow Rare Charizard and Breaksim, which is a $100 card. You've got your alternate art of ADP, which is a $90 card. Then you've got your Full Art Lily's Full Force. That's number 3, and that's still like a $55. Sorry, number 4, and that's still a $55 card. You've got your Blastoise and Piplup alternate art, which is a $55 card. Your full art of Red and Blue. You've got your full art of Cynthia and Caitlyn. These are all $50 or more. Cosmic Eclipse is a great, great set. And trying to pick up booster boxes is very, difficult unless you're paying well over the odds. So I'm telling you today that I found these listings on a distributor website. And I think it's fair to ask the question, all right, Wassy, fine. You've told us about these sets. You've told us which ones are good and which ones we should be after. Why do we care? What does it matter? And the answer is, I don't exactly know. There are sets like Crimson Invasion that seem like they're just available to order, but the fact of the matter is nobody wants them and they're still just a tiny bit over RRP over on eBay. There's stuff like Cosmic Eclipse and Unified Minds, which people are going to be going absolutely crazy for. But the fact of the matter is, those sets are available apparently in limited quantities, and they're so popular that I wouldn't expect a shop to just go and buy a few booster boxes and go and sell them for RRP, which sucks because that's what I think they should be doing, but I would expect them to mark them up and sell them for well above, because that's generally the way it tends to go with older sets, which is understandable when they are old sets and they've been gone for a little while. So these sets are still out there, they are still available in some capacity, but it really depends on exactly how the stores want to deal with it. If you are, however, a store in the US, or you have access like a store, maybe this is something you should be keeping a little bit of an eye on. And that's what I can tell you. That's what's available, that's what's out there, and now it's over to you guys. How excited for you are this? Is this something you're going to be looking to pick up? Do you think it's possible, or do you think it's unfortunately not happening? Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.